Welcome back to another video. It's gonna be hard to do a video today. I know I've never really missed a Monday video, and I didn't want to miss one today with everything going on in the markets. We went out to eat last night with a bunch of friends. I'm here at this conference in Orlando, sunny Orlando, Florida, and the markets are taking a beating, and I didn't want to not do any kind of video today and people thinking I'm skipping town like some other YouTubers and influencers, where when things get rough, it seems that they disappear. So I'm at this communications conference this whole week, and I'm gonna show you all a couple of videos from that, if I can do some different excerpts and stuff like that from it. I don't have my big computer to do all the editing and stuff, but I just want to make sure I came on here and hit a couple of things before y'all thought I skipped town. All right, so we're at the Orlando Conference Center, Convention Center, whatever you want to call it, for this conference we're here for. And I know this is probably all, I need to get one of those mounts that I can walk around with that doesn't give everybody seasick. So yeah, we got Hurricane Debbie down here in Florida that is causing all kinds of issues and stuff like that. But a couple of things on the market. I know it's easy for me to say, some of y'all are probably panicking, but one thing I will say over and over is, when there's fear in the street, when there's blood in the streets, fear the markets, that's when it's time to buy. I happened to get lucky. I had no idea what was going on. We've been at this conference all day yesterday. Yesterday evening, went out to eat with some friends. My wife is actually still here. For those who know, we went to Disney World for 2 or 3 days before this conference. She was supposed to fly home yesterday, but when we got to the airport, everything was on time. She got through security. Then they canceled it. Canceled the flight. So now she can't fly out until Tuesday, which is tomorrow. So, you know, sometimes you got to deal with that. But hey, I'd rather her get it canceled than anything happen to the flight. You know how that goes. So as we were out eating last night, I happened to get some alerts from CoinMarketCap about all these alerts I have set up, that when certain tokens go under certain prices, that I get alerts to purchase. And all of a sudden, all these alarms started going off. So when I looked at it, I was just watching everything steadily go down, trying to kind of panic search TikTok, and I really didn't see a lot of stuff going on. And it wasn't until one of the other guys at the table started complaining about his stocks. He's not into crypto, but he's very much into stocks, and he was panicking basically almost like I was. And you find out the Japanese market started a lot of this. Then you had somebody who had a $27 million long that got liquidated in Bitcoin. First of all, who the hell is trading 27 million of a Bitcoin long with leverage with no stop loss? But you know, who am I to say? I don't have 29 million, 27 million. If you're playing with that kind of money, it doesn't really matter. So you got that going on. So, you know, but everything's going down. Everything's going down. So I sat there and watched it. And when I saw it kind of level out a little bit, you know me, I don't have a lot of money right now, especially with this trip I'm on, but I don't care. Move some different things around, but I DCA, y'all know I DCA'd into my first 3 ones I've been DCAing in, Solana and the AVAX and VET. VET, I told y'all, VET getting down to 2 cents is a great price. Then a little bit of Bitcoin, a little bit of Ethereum, and I might go into some NATIX or something, I don't know. I'm kind of watching. Again, I have to watch my funds because of this trip I'm on, but luckily I'm gonna get some free meals out of some vendors and different things like that. So I kind of just watch my funds as the trip goes on throughout the week. And if I think I can swing some more, I'll, you know, probably pick up a little bit more also. Tell you what, these Viking mobile radios, if I can find a demo of them, for anybody who's into multi-band type of talking, these things are awesome. All right, so some more updates. This is the afternoon. As you can see, it's still very windy here. The rain has kind of calmed down a little bit. Still 85 degrees, and you can tell I'm sweating. So one thing we've had update on was CHIRP. I told you all that CHIRP had this thing going on right now where y'all could download their tracking app. You don't have to be part of the project, but you could be eligible for airdrop. You need to check out their Discord for that. So you download it and you run it while you're walking around. You got to do at least maybe like a kilometer a day or something like that to be eligible. And it's going to go on for so many days like that. So that's one thing you can do. Another big announcement that I saw was that CHIRP and Soarchain have combined or collaborated or something. And what I'm reading, and I don't have all the exact details on it, is Soarchain will start using CHIRP or the CHIRP devices as another way of downloading it. That's what I'm reading. But again, I didn't get that from the official sources, but that is what people in Discord are saying. So I think that's going to be a big thing for people who don't want to tether. My only kind of issue is there's not a lot of CHIRP devices that are deployed across the United States right now. So I don't know how well that's going to work. But hey, this is still a positive thing for both projects. When you have a project like Soarchain or any other new project that you see a lot of people or different companies trying to combine and collaborate with on actual working stuff, I'm not talking about like Silencio that's we're partnered and really it's just that they're selling stuff in their store. This is actual collaborations where Soarchain and CHIRP will be working together on the same project or on each other's project. That is a good collaboration. And you like to see that with a lot of these new projects and stuff like that. So if you read the actual press release from CHIRP, it distinctly says that they will be providing IoT and connectivity solutions for Soarchain. So I would have to think that that will help connectivity, which is what a lot of people have complained about. So I think that's part of a good positive thing, if that makes sense on that. So that's some things going on with CHIRP. Again, I would make sure that if y'all want to be involved in CHIRP, I think it's going to be a great project. And if you can't get a device right now, to at least look at that tracking app and start playing with that, because you should be eligible for airdrops. At least you can get you some CHIRP tokens with that airdrop. So another big, huge update that has just come out today. And again, I've been in these conferences all day, so it's been hard for me to keep up with it, but it has stirred a lot of stuff. Is WINGBITS has come up with a huge update that I don't understand why, but some people have gotten grumpy about, and I can usually point that out. So WINGBITS just made an announcement a couple hours ago that they are enabling a GPS device to be plugged into your devices. And basically it's going to be to ensure that there's no gaming going on. A lot of people in the Discord have asked about this. A lot of people got burned with Helium and know how easy it is to game, and people think it should have been included. So WINGBITS has announced that they, at some point in the future, not right now, but at some point in the future, they will start sending out, they're gonna get addresses from people, and they will start sending out GPS devices. You then plug those into your WINGBITS stations and be able to verify GPS. Now, I will tell you, you know me, I can find negative in everything, I can find some positive. Positive is, I was burned, and a lot of people know, if you're with Helium, there was a lot of gaming and a lot of being burnt that happened. People had Helium stations in the middle of the oceans, and I knew somewhere in the middle of woods that I knew there was no way possible. They were in those woods, almost like it was trying to mock people and stuff. So I think anytime that a project can do some kind of verification like this, I think that's a good thing. I don't see what the issue is with people, but some people are complaining about it, as usual. Now, a lot of y'all know I have a lot of devices between mine and my friends and family and stuff like that. Is it gonna be a headache for me? People are calling me out in Discord, want to know if I'm aware of it and stuff. I'm aware of it. I think it's a positive thing, and it's gonna be a headache for me. There will be a time frame. This isn't gonna be instant, that it has to be done within so many days or anything like that. And some issues I have is that where I have the device itself installed, if it's in a building roof, there's no windows, there's no way of getting a GPS signal to it. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. I don't know how I'm gonna figure it out, but you know, GPS signal is not gonna go through a cement roof. So I don't have an option. I mean, I don't have an idea right now of how I'm gonna get that GPS outside to get that, you know, GPS reading, but it's something I'm gonna have to figure out. I'm sure that the WINGBITS team has understood that and they're aware of it. Another thing is, WINGBITS has also announced that once they reach a certain number, and I believe it was like 2,000 actual WINGBITS stations, I think they're over 1,500 right now, but after 2,000, they will stop doing bring your own devices, and they will have some type of device that you'll have to buy or something like that. This has also rubbed a few people wrong because they have said in the past they were not planning on doing this. So people are starting to question their intention on that. I ain't gonna say they lied to you and tell you I don't question it a little bit also, but they feel it will be, make a more secure network. So, we also have to remember that while a lot of us are in this for profit, I've always said we don't do these passive income projects, for the hell of it. We are, we want to be made. We want to make money. We want to make passive income. That's what the whole key word is, income and passive income. But we also want to see this project succeed also. And if that's what it takes for more customers to buy the WINGBITS data to come on board, then you have to be kind of for it. They also said that any stations that are already on are going to be grandfathered in. So that's the big thing also. So I kind of have mixed feelings a little bit about that, but it also matters how much these new devices are going to cost. If these devices are a couple $100 a piece, then hey, I'm gonna be satisfied with how many WINGBIT stations that they have, and my quest to put more hosted stations around the United States will be over with. I feel I have enough stations personally. I think I have like 14 or 15 right now across the United States. That's gonna be fine for me. I'm not gonna start buying hundreds of dollars worth. But for somebody who's new, that doesn't have anything, it might be worth them doing that. We have to see what this is going to cost and what it's going to entail. So another thing I wanted to show everybody, because I know some of y'all have not seen it, was my shirt that I got from the Bit Harvest guys, and this is it. I've been walking around with it. When I wanted to show it also when I was doing this video and stuff, but GrumpyDad YouTube. So it was cool, and I don't know if you'll be able to see the back or not, but yeah, so the back says Godfather of the Gulf, which has always been my joke I've said about WINGBITS since I've got stations from Florida to Texas that covered the entire Gulf. I thought that was a cool thing also. On the inside's a little message saying thanks from the Bit Harvest guys and their followers and stuff like that. It was an awesome gesture. I was very surprised by it. And it was just a cool thing. So I wanted to show everybody that, and also thank the Bit Harvest guys for that also. So it was a pretty cool, thing. Yeah, it was pretty cool. All right, so to finish this up, we're gonna talk just real briefly about some of our projects. I'm not gonna go through the whole spreadsheet or anything like that. I'm not set up for that on this convention, but I still want to give you all some type of Monday update. And so I jotted a couple notes down. And I know some of the stuff isn't fair because everything has taken a hit in the last 24 to 48 hours. I understand that, but it's still fair to call out what I need to call out. So one thing is the GEODNET device, which, look, to be fair, y'all know I was very high on GEODNET. I also have some of the worst luck. If y'all watched any of my videos, y'all know I've had some of the worst luck in the world. Call it grumpy luck, if you want to call it. But either way, my GEODNET device has been offline since I left. Before I left on my trip, which was last Wednesday, I set up a new access point right on the outside of where this GEODNET device is. So I don't hear nobody tell me anything about a new access point, anything else like that. It's on 2.4 gigahertz like it's supposed to be, and it had a great signal. The GEODNET site said for the miner, great signal. It had a great signal. And 24 hours later, it's offline again. I just rebooted it again remotely from the PoE switch that it's on, and the PoE switch, it says power's fine, everything's fine, but I guarantee you by tomorrow, I don't even get 24 hours, it'll be offline again. Wi-Fi is not stable. We've talked about that in projects, so I can't even give an update on what my points are or anything like that with GEODNET because it's just not fair because I haven't been, I'll tell you, when it is online for 24 hours, I'm getting all 30 something satellites. I'm not missing a single satellite. So it works great when it's online, but when it's offline like it is now, I'm not getting anything. So my 17 Helium stations are still online. With that price decrease now, I'm making $5 a day total, which is about 29 cents a day per device. I like to bring it up because every now and then I get people that ask about buying additional Helium devices, buying them online, multi-mining and stuff like that. Me, I've told you before, I would just multi-mine using like Bit Harvest or something like that and using a Pi. I'm hearing a lot of good things about these Pi 5s, but even a Pi 4, or even the sweet potatoes. They have a little bit better RAM in them than the LUT potatoes do. And you can use those and multi-mine several projects. You won't be able to mine helium because there's no helium hat on it, but I would still do that route. If you have no device at all and you want to multi-mine, I would do that route before doing a helium device. That's just me. 29 cents a day is not going to worth it. They want $150 to almost $200 some places for these helium miners still, and it's going to take you 500 plus days, probably even more now at the price we're looking at now. The last time I calculated, it was like 500 plus days to ROI on that. That's me, my personal advice. None of this is financial advice. Y'all know that, as I always say. This is just my opinion and what I say, or what I think. Y'all can do what y'all want to do. I just don't think it's worth that type of investment. Get the pie and just work on that. All right, so we briefly talked about NATIX earlier. I'm bringing NATIX up because the first of the month came around. We got our HODL airdrop, and we also got our monthly drop, which is based off the points. I'll not really go into depth about all that because I've mentioned in the previous videos, but I do wish that NATIX would change that whole points total at the end of the month to, which then equals out to so many tokens. I just don't care for that. What I will say is I gained 120,000 NATIX tokens between the HODL score for HODLing in the airdrop and also with my tokens. I don't know what the breakdown is. I can't find what is a breakdown of how many tokens I got that, equaled out from the points I got versus the HODL score or anything like that. But I gained 120,000. So that means this project has been on mainnet for close to, I don't know, time runs close to, I can't remember off the top of my head, but what's this been out, 2 months maybe on mainnet? I'm at, right now, even with the price drop, I'm at $278 I've made off this project in 2 to 3 months. You can't argue with that. This is a free project. The fact that people can come on my channel in my videos and make, excuse my French, but asinine comments about, oh, you're making 7 cents a day on NATIX. You didn't pay anything to get in this project. It's a completely free project. You can run it on an old phone, tether it to something, and you're not paying a dime. You just run it and you do all the little challenges, and eventually it adds up. And if you don't move it, you don't try to sell it, you also get bonuses for a HODL score by HODLing it. I don't understand where the hate comes from. Maybe somebody can explain it to me, but there's projects that you paid for equipment that are doing worse than what NATIX is doing. So I have no issues with NATIX right now at all. If they're doing these collaborations with some other legit collaborations, as I said earlier in the video, if they got some of those coming up like I keep hearing about, I think it's going to be a good thing. My point is I'm just hodling that. I'm hoping in the bull run NATIX takes off a little bit more. Then I'll start sipping some profits. I'm not hodling forever. You'll note about this channel. This channel is not going to be, whenever this bull market happens to start, whenever that might be, we're not hodling for diamond hands for a century. We're going to sip some profits and take some profits during this bull market. Lastly, DIMO. I might need to go get some preparation H for the hemorrhoids that the DIMO has caused me. Again, some people are cool, like we just talked about. Yeah, people who will complain about making that kind of money. I've made more in NATIX with a free project in just 2 or 3 months than what I have made total with DIMO since the beginning of this year. So we're going into the 8th month, and I still have not ROI'd on my 3 devices. My 3 devices cost me $90. That's $270. I'm not even including shipping, and I'm nowhere close to that now. I think I'm at like $189, $190 with the price drop from this price, these price crashing and stuff like that. I've made my 50 little tokens like I normally do, but for what, I think you're making 13 cents a day is what I have figured out here. 13 cents a day. That's worse than helium. So, anybody who's still thinking about getting into DIMO, I have to caution you. Hey, it is an easy project. It's probably the easiest out of all these projects, where you just set it up one time in your car. Other than an update once a month, every other month, you don't have to worry about it. I will tell you that. It is the easiest project. It works off the Helium network. You're right. You don't have to deal with it. It's not like NATIX where you have to sit here and fix your phone and set it up and tether it if you have to your old phone or whatever you're going to use to run NATIX with. So I will say, yes, it is one of the easiest projects to run with DIMO. And hey, we don't know what the token's going to do in the future, But if I had $90 burning a hole in my pocket on which project I want to join, I'm joining Soarchain, without a doubt. Like, it's with Soarchain and possibly with this collaboration coming up, or whatever they're joining of with CHIRP, and I think CHIRP's going to be big. Soarchain hasn't been fully released yet. I think they said something about September they should be coming out full mainnet. So it might be like getting into DIMO early. You never know. But you know what DIMO's got. DIMO's giving you, 13 cents a day, 15 cents a day. I think maybe might have been like 19 cents a day last week when the price was up a little bit. So if I had $90 in my pocket, I don't have either one right now, I'm buying Soarchain. Yes, you have to tether that every time you get in your car. Hey, it might get solved with Bluetooth you're hearing, you might get solved with CHIRP, but it might be a little more pain, but I think it's going to pay a little bit better. Again, I'm not Nostradamus. I can't tell the future. I don't know, but we'll see how that goes. But again, if you want a passive income project that you don't have to deal with at all, then you go with DIMO. Plug it in your car and just forget about it for 6 months and hope that it's made a little bit for you. It's up to you. And as I'm making this, I'm checking back on Coinbase, on CoinMarketCap, and I'm seeing all our tokens up 8, 10, 11% in 24 hours since last night at this time when everything was crashing down. And this is when I DCA'd. So I'm up in everything I purchased last night. I told y'all last night, if y'all caught any of my Twitter, please make sure y'all follow my Twitter or my X, whatever you want to call it. I got the link in the description below. And I think I even did a short about it also, or I meant to do. But, I know it gets scary, and I even made a joke on my Twitter earlier about, people always want to dip. People always want, I need a new buying opportunity. Crypto's too high. I want it to come down. I want it to come down. So last night you had a opportunity to buy it at a wonderful price. And I'm betting a lot of y'all didn't buy. And I've learned too many times by regretting, because I kept listening to people telling me last year for the bear market, it was going to go down. Bitcoin was going down to 8 grand or whatever it was, or 10 grand, 11 grand, 12 grand. And I waited, and I lost out. And I didn't buy any of this stuff at this low prices, and I missed out, and I kicked myself in the butt. So I just DCA a little bit in when they have these dips, just a little bit. I'm not going crazy. I'm not buying hundreds of dollars worth. I don't have $100 worth of crypto to buy right now with this trip and stuff. I'm not embarrassed to tell people that. I tell you, this channel is about being with the common folk, like majority of y'all are. Y'all don't have $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 to go throw at a dip like this. But you know what? Every week I'm throwing $25 here into Solana, $25 here into AVAX, $25 into VET, $25 into, a couple months ago, it might have been Cardano, or, Matic, or even Ethereum or Bitcoin and stuff like that. And it just, but you have to remember that $20 you're buying here and there, and you're doing it every week or even every other week, that stacks up. And that's what this channel is about, is DCAing, because George from Cryptos R Us has showed the charts that if you would DCAing like every week, just $10, $20, even with the highs and the lows, how much you would be up right now. And that's what you have to remember. And that's what this channel is going to keep preaching, is this DCA, logic. And I hope some of y'all are following. Because you got to remember, another thing is, I'm taking my Helium IoT, especially this last week and right now, that's all going into Solana. So even if that's making me $5, $6, $7 a day, depending on what the IoT price is, that's $7 a day that I'm putting into Solana. That's $200 worth of Solana I'm buying every month. So when Solana was $120 last night, or I think it even dropped lower than that, my IoT got moved into it. So right there, I bought $6 worth of Solana, plus the $25 worth of Solana I bought, and now the Solana's back up to about $140. I'm up, and that's how that works. So, I don't go crazy with, some of these people, like with some of these AI coins. And look, I know AI tokens are going to be big this bull run, just like the last bull run, it was all meta games and stuff like that, but not all of them are. And I rather that slow and steady approach of some of these layer 0, layer 1 tokens, and just taking that slow, steady approach, DCA into, and also doing like, staking with some of these tokens and stuff. Solana's got staking on Exodus wallet. That's where I'm holding all mine. So I'm making percentages off of that also. So I'm not gonna make this an hour-long Monday video. So hopefully y'all got to see a little bit of what I'm doing here at this communications convention. We're actually thinking about, because tomorrow's a short day, so tomorrow is a vendor day, almost all day at the vendor hall, which we spent majority of the stuff. A lot of the stuff is also for dispatch centers and stuff, which I don't deal with. I do some equipment at dispatch centers, but we're good. So I don't need to spend all day at a vendor thing tomorrow. But we're talking about going over to the Space Center. That's right out here in Florida. I've never been, and y'all know, talking about the Weather XM and different space stuff, that I am a big space nerd also. So I wouldn't mind doing that also. So closing this video out, because I know I'm rambling on. I might throw some videos up tomorrow of with Kennedy Space Center. I might just throw some videos up for y'all if y'all want to see that kind of stuff. I might throw it on my other channel also. I'm trying to get more stuff with that. So make sure y'all check out my other channel. That one's dying. And even though people ask for it, I'm trying to do it. So maybe I need the Grumpy Dad Outdoors video. Maybe I'll pick up some more. I didn't get a chance to go fishing or anything like that. So make sure y'all check out my Twitter. Make sure if y'all interested in Soarchain, I talked about Soarchain, I forgot to say, make sure you look in my description, because I do have a discount code that you can put in. I think it's TheGrumpyDad when you're checking out, and it will save you like, I don't know, $10, something like that off a Soarchain device, maybe a little bit more. I can't remember exactly what it is, but check it out. If you're interested in NATIX, make sure y'all contact me for a code. NATIX, the way they run their codes is when somebody uses one, it's expired, and I have to keep creating new ones. When I try to put them in the description below, they get used up and people have to contact me anyway. But hey, if you contact me for a NATIX code, you're gonna get bonus points, and I'm gonna get bonus points. Also, upside for the gasoline, I keep telling you about that one too. I'm up over $100 in my balance right now from getting gasoline, just by buying gasoline, not doing anything else. I have a code for that that'll give you free gasoline or free points or free dollars, and helps me out a little bit too. So I have some referral codes, but that's gonna be it from Florida, from this convention for now. And if I get a chance, I might make another video depending on what happens and stuff like that. So this is the Grumpy Dad. I'm out. I'll see y'all in the next video.